ever done this. No one's ever done this. Touchdown! What you gonna do with some over right now?
Doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, it's about that time. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to First Take. Thank you for being with us. And Cece, I just want to know, are you prepared? Are you ready for today?
Oh, I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go, Molly.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Because it's you versus the ladies. And we have come prepared. Kimberly Martin in the building. And, of course, Mina Kimes joining us from the West Coast. Morning, guys. How are we doing?
Doing good.
All right.
Well, I'm always ready for Cece's.
Okay, all right.
Let's get it. We are officially 2 weeks until the start of the NFL season, and you know who kicks the season off? That would be America's team, and that's where we start. Micah versus Jones continues, as there's been no forward progress in contract negotiations between Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones was on Fox and Friends earlier this morning and was asked about the latest with Micah. Let's take a listen.
Close are you to getting a deal with him?
Micah's a great player, not a good player, but a great player. He knows more than anyone that it's a team thing. And so I know everybody's tired of hearing this, but you've got to put this puzzle together so that you can have some other people out there playing with Michael. That's the art of the deal, and that's why we're trying to get done. And we're trying to make this thing work. But we have all the appreciation in the world for what he can mean to the years ahead. We're proud to have him.
Okay, again, Jerry Jones on Fox News this morning. Canty, what stood out to you the most from that interview?
I don't understand why Jerry Jones takes us as fools. Jerry, we know what this is about. If you're trying to preserve cap space, you would have signed Micah at the beginning of this offseason before the edge rusher market got reset 3 times over. Or better yet, you would have signed Micah when he was first extension eligible last year when he was looking for a new deal, where it might have cost you $35, $36 million a year. Now you're talking about a number north of $41 million a year and him being the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. So when he has to talk about the depth and what it could potentially mean if you sign Micah to the deal that he's looking for and compromising what the team could be moving forward, he got to miss me all the way with that conversation. Because that's not what drug this thing all the way out to the point that it's at right now.
Okay, Mark.
You know what? I've stopped listening to Jerry. I was very worried about this whole Micah situation. I was thinking there's no way. This is getting scary. Words like divorce are being thrown around. And I'm like, you know what? I started watching that Netflix series about the Cowboys. And
so good.
It's so good if you have not watched it. It's phenomenal. But I'm watching Jerry talk about the Emmett deal and signing Dion and how when Jerry talks about controversial is not a bad thing. If anything in sports and business, it creates interest. And you know what? I'm feeling like this is going to get done. I'm not worried anymore. You cannot trick me. I am not worried at all because I think back to last season when I was in Cleveland and they're playing the Cowboys, and a couple hours or an hour before kickoff, news broke. Schefter broke the news of Dak, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. This whole time we're talking all off season about this, and right at the buzzer, Jerry gets it done. So until week 1 comes and I do not see Micah standing there, I'm not giving Jerry anymore. I think this is all strategy. You want Micah's side to hear, like, we got a whole team. We got to pay everybody. I think this is all part of the negotiations. And until week 1 comes, I'm not going to worry about it.
All right, Kimberly's not buying it. Mina, what's your take?
Well, I guess if it's part of the negotiations, I like you guys struggle to see who he is negotiating with and what the point of this is other than getting more attention from us, which I suppose mission accomplished. I also think he's going to be there, to me, purely because if he wasn't, it would go down as one of the all-time fumbles. And Chris, I remember doing First Take with you months ago, and you raised the possibility of trading Micah Parsons, and I vehemently agreed with that. But at least there would have been some logic to that when it would have been valuable for Dallas. At this point, it's just silly and a waste of everybody's time. And as far as Jerry's argument, and we've heard this before, where owners, GMs talk about the reluctance to pay people stemming from building a complete team. It's a hard cap league, all of that. It's not the star player's job to take a discount so that you can afford everyone else. It's your job to draft affordable, talented players who are on rookie contracts. It's one of the great advantages that you have in this league is that rookie wage scale, and then fill the roster that way. This is not on Micah Parsons. It's completely on the Cowboys front office.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Mina. I agree with you wholeheartedly about best players not having to take a discount or not having to make the salary cap work. He's not the general manager, and apparently Jerry Jones wants Micah Parsons to be his own agent as well. But the aspect of this that I think is concerning for Cowboys fans is what version of Micah Parsons you're going to get if, in fact, he's going to play in week one, knowing that they've been in training camp a month and the guy hasn't done more than a walkthrough, right? There is a ramp-up period in the NFL. There is an aspect of this where you want him to get acclimated to doing football movements. If you're going to play football, the best way to get ready for that is by practicing football and playing in preseason games. And Micah hasn't done any of that. And the last place that the Dallas Cowboys want to be is in a position where Micah Parsons goes out there week one, not acclimated to doing football movements, and it could potentially keep him out for an extended period of time this year. We saw it last year. It wasn't a pretty picture for that defense and the team as a whole. And that's the risk that the Dallas Cowboys have run by handling these Micah Parsons negotiations the way that they have.
Potentially taking a huge toll on his body. Kimberly, so you think he's going to start week one?
I think this will get done. If I am advising Micah, I don't think he should step on the field. But I do think when Jerry talked, when he was on Fox News, he said he is a great player. I know we can talk about Jerry Jones and we can say, you know, he's confusing, his logic doesn't seem to be there all the time as far as the negotiations. He's costing himself more money. But Jerry's not crazy. Like, unless I'm like, he's not crazy enough to botch this to the point of Micah wouldn't be on this team. I just don't see that happening. When you talk to people around the league, like, they still expect, oh, week one, they kind of shrug their shoulders like, yeah, he'll be a Cowboy. I don't know what the future holds beyond, but I just can't imagine that Jerry would understand that Micah is such a premier player, historical numbers early in his career, and yet we'd be in a situation of why didn't he trade him? Like Mina was saying, like, Cece, you've been saying it would make more sense logically, but logic doesn't always run parallel with Jerry Jones's thought process. Like, I think it's about the attention. It is about how do we get more eyes on us, and in the end, if it costs me more money, it costs me more money, but the guys I want are still here.
Mina, you think he starts week one?
I do. You know, it's so rare for players to hold out. Maybe we saw, I think about Chris Jones week one, Kansas City sitting out. That's kind of the most recent example, I suppose. I still think a deal gets done, but that's me operating from the place of it would just be so stupid if it didn't. That has to happen. But the other thing that, you know, Micah has working in his favor, aside from being one of the 3 best edge rushers in football, this defense is not good without him. There are holes at all 3 levels that have not been fixed, in my opinion. Defensive tackle remains an issue. Stopping the run, linebacker, huge question marks there. The cornerback room is incredibly injured. The case for this defense even being average or above rests entirely on them having a dominant pass rush. I like Donovan Ezeraku, who they drafted opposite him. You bring in Dante Fowler, you have good depth, but this does not work without Micah Parsons, and he must know that.
All right, to be continued on that subject because we know it's not going anywhere. Let's get to our other major story, which has been the Bengals. No secret that the Bengals defense is their weakness and has not looked good this preseason. But head coach Zach Taylor isn't worried about how Cincy's looked thus far. Take a listen, ladies and gentlemen.